In the heart of ancient Egypt, on the sun-drenched coast of the Mediterranean, once stood a temple not of God but of knowledge. The Library of Alexandria, the greatest collection of wisdom the ancient world had ever seen. It was said that if all the knowledge of the world were gathered into one place, it would be found here. But one day it vanished, burnt, destroyed, forgotten. Was it an accident or a conspiracy buried by time? Today we uncover the real story behind the Library of Alexandria, the political rivalries, religious tensions, and human ambition that turned one of humanity's greatest treasures into ashes. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where history's most captivating stories come to life. The story begins around 283 BCE, during the reign of Ptolemy I Soter, one of Alexander the Great's generals. When Alexander died, his empire shattered, but his dream of enlightenment lived on. Ptolemy envisioned Alexandria not just as a trade hub, but as a beacon of human intellect. He founded the Mouseion, a research institute, and within it, the Library of Alexandria. This wasn't just a library. It was a sanctuary for scholars, poets, mathematicians, and philosophers from across the ancient world, from Greece, Babylon, India, and beyond. They studied medicine, astronomy, literature, and philosophy. Here, Euclid refined geometry, Eratosthenes measured the earth, and Herophilus dissected the human body, centuries before Europe rediscovered science. The library's goal? To collect every written work ever created. Ships that docked in Alexandria were searched, and their scrolls were copied, the originals kept for the library and the copies returned. But with greatness comes vulnerability. In 48 BCE, the library faced its first tragedy. The Roman general Julius Caesar, pursuing Pompey during the Roman Civil War, arrived in Alexandria. In the chaos of battle, Caesar ordered the burning of enemy ships in the harbor. The fire spread. Wind carried the flames inland toward the library's warehouses near the docks. Scrolls, some thousands of years old, turned to smoke. Historians like Plutarch wrote that 40,000 scrolls were lost that day. Others claim it was only a part of the collection. But the truth is, no one really knows how much was destroyed. The library lived on, but its heart, its vast archives, had been dealt a mortal wound. Despite the loss, Alexandria's scholars rebuilt. New scrolls were copied. New thinkers arrived. But the city's glory was fading. By the 3rd century CE, Rome's empire was crumbling, and so was Alexandria's status as a center of learning. Then came the Serapeum, a smaller daughter library housed in the Temple of Serapis. For a time, it became the new heart of the city's intellectual life. Yet, as the Roman Empire adopted Christianity, a cultural storm was brewing. Ancient Greek philosophy and pagan traditions were increasingly seen as threats to the faith. In 391 CE, Emperor Theodosius I issued a decree banning pagan practices. Christian mobs, encouraged by zeal, turned against temples and the Serapeum fell. The scrolls, once copied in reverence, were now destroyed in the name of faith. The flame of Alexandria was nearly extinguished. The final chapter came centuries later. Some say it was during the Muslim conquest of Egypt in 642 CE, when Caliph Omar allegedly ordered the remaining scrolls to be burned, saying, "If the writings of the Greeks agree with the Quran, they are unnecessary. If they disagree, they are heresy." But historians doubt this story. There is no solid evidence it ever happened. By then, the library may have already been gone, forgotten, scattered, and erased by time. The destruction wasn't a single event. It was a slow death by neglect, by fire, by ideology. Each age, each empire took a piece until nothing remained. What knowledge did humanity lose? Some believe the library held lost plays of Sophocles, the complete works of Aristotle, maps of the known world, and even ancient technologies we have yet to rediscover. But perhaps what we lost most was a symbol. A belief that knowledge was sacred, that truth was worth preserving at any cost. Each burned scroll wasn't just parchment. It was a voice, a lifetime, a piece of our shared story silenced forever. And yet, the dream of Alexandria never truly died. From its ashes, other libraries rose in Baghdad, Constantinople, and Cordoba. Scholars carried fragments of that lost wisdom across continents and centuries. It inspired the Renaissance and the modern world that followed. Even today, the Bibliotheca Alexandrina stands in Egypt, a modern monument built near the ancient site. A reminder that truth cannot be destroyed, only rediscovered. For every scroll lost to flame, a new story rises from the ashes. The Library of Alexandria may be gone, but its spirit still whispers through every page we write, every question we ask, and every truth we seek. Because knowledge, like light, can be buried for centuries but never extinguished. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more captivating stories from history.